Welcome everybody down the line. This episode we have Dennis Shawley. He is a coordinator and instructor at the PREA schools for new and upcoming linemen. Dennis, thanks for letting me have you today.
Well, Nathan, thank you for the opportunity to do this.
You've been in this position for around about 12 years. What I would like to know, and I'm sure everybody wants to know, where did you start? Where did the beginning of your career begin?
Shortly out of college, got hired at a company called Vanyo, did reclosers and hydraulic tools and that kind of stuff. And I started there as a shop rat, working as a technician, and worked my way up through there. Became the shop manager eventually in time, and became a tech rep for Cooper Power. Basically went out and helped did troubleshooting substations for Cooper products, controls, regulator panels, recloser controls, that type of stuff. And at some point was doing some training for PREA and got the opportunity to come on this side of the fence and took it. And I've been here about 12 years. I was about Vanyo for about 15 years before I left there.
So when you started your ladder of your career, was being a coordinator instructor PREA ever your goal?
I did not know that actually existed. So no, it wasn't. Like most people, Nate, you pick an industry you have an interest in or something you have an interest in, you go with it, and life and opportunity kind of take you in a direction where your skills and personality fit into.
And you have quite the personality. Quite the personality.
Thank you, I guess.
What professional choice have you made in your life that do you think had the most impact on your personality?
Opening my mind up, for a lot of us that come out of co-op land, we kind of live in I don't know if you call it a sheltered sense of society where we don't see a lot of the big city stuff. And as I've gotten to travel around and do different things in my career, it's opened my mind up. Got to work with a lot of really great people, great leaders in our industry that have really helped me develop and get me to where I'm at today. I don't think there's any one thing in particular. I think it's just a culmination of throughout the years of experience and being around, a lot of really great people.
Of all the folks you've met, all the folks you've been around in your career, who do you think had the most impact on where you are today?
Oh, well, I don't know if I could point to any one person in particular. Other than my dad growing up, pointing me in the right direction, giving me a good moral compass. Everybody's given me little bits and pieces here and there that have just really helped me get to where I'm at.
You held the flashlight for your dad, didn't you?
Yeah, I got some good stories there, but we won't do that now.
What traits do you think a good leader should possess? What traits do you think they have to be able to fill that role?
Honesty being on the top of my list. A lot of times people don't want to hear the truth, but if you tell them the truth, it's real easy to remember the facts if you're being honest with people. Being open-minded, not just my way or the highway, which we struggle with in our side of the industry a lot. And having a little empathy and understanding where people are coming from for their point of view, especially with the young guys coming up, you understand, put yourself in their shoes a little bit. You can understand why they might think or do some of the things the way they do them, rather than just write them off as, well, they just don't know what's going on.
I hear some people say change is a two-way street. I always envisioned it as a 4-lane highway with a crossroads with no signs. That's how I see change. What do you believe a person would take away from a leadership role after they've succeeded and they're done? What do you think they take away from that role?
Well, one, as a leader, I don't think you're ever done. But whether you're a journeyman lineman, a safety guy, a line superintendent, I don't think you're ever done. I don't think you ever get to that point of the mountain where you look at it and say, I finally have all this under control and I know exactly what to do in every situation. But I think a lot of it is, don't let your ego get in the way. Don't be selfish. A lot of people make decisions what's in their best interest as a leader instead of what is the best decision to make for everybody involved. I think that has a lot to do with it.
I feel respect plays a big part in being a leader, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's one of those things just handed out. I don't think you pick it up off of a desk. Well, in your mind, what do you think respect means? What do you think respect is?
Given. You're exactly right there, Nate. Your position, your title, your point in life, your the numbers, the zeros in your checkbook account do not make somebody respect you. And actually, a lot of times that turns people off. You have to earn it, and it takes forever to earn somebody's respect. But it only takes a few seconds to burn it and never get it back. And I think it's key to a lot of good leadership roles is to earn that respect and carry yourself in a manner that you don't burn it so quickly and turn people away.
I agree. I agree. Dennis, do you have anything extra that you think would be great advice or a comment or some insight for new and upcoming linemen or really anybody in our industry, even meter techs, anybody in our industry? Do you have any advice or insight for anybody that's coming up?
Yeah, be patient, which is really hard earlier in your career. A lot of stuff comes with time. You kind of got to bide your time a little bit to get to the points where the opportunities will open up for you. Be open-minded to criticism. Nobody likes to be told that they didn't do a great job, but to do a great job, you got to first learn what a bad job is or a bad way of doing things. Take opportunities for your education. Our coach does a really good job of having a lot of stuff out there to go grow, whether it be the PREA schools, NRECA has some great learning opportunities, stuff in your local community, whether it be your local vocational schools or even your local high schools. Take time and try to learn a bit better yourself. Every day try to make yourself a little better than you were the day before.
Always moving ahead, always moving forward.
Yes.
Dennis, for our viewers at home, I'm going to just put you on the spot a little bit. I just want to let the viewers at home know that you are a race car driver.
That's what the announcer says on Saturday nights. Yeah.
You and your son, which I'm amazed at. I know it takes a lot of diligence and a lot of concentration to even run demolition derby. I did for years. I'm sure racing is just so much more outrageous. I just it's you see people in our industry and you think of people as what they look like, the position they're in, and I think sometimes people forget that there's a person behind that desk or there's a person inside that pickup or a person inside that bucket. They don't realize that just because you're an instructor or because you're upper management or you're the CEO, that once you step out of your workspace, you are a regular person with your own passions, your own hobbies, your own family. I think people sometimes forget that.
Try to look at stuff through people's shoes a little bit because we're all formed by our experiences in life. That kind of alters the way we kind of look at things.
Dennis, I appreciate your time today. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, Nathaniel, I think we're good. I appreciate you continuing to do this and wish you well with your channel.
I appreciate you being on my channel, Dennis. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Shawley, instructor and coordinator for the PREA instructional schools for the new and upcoming linemen. Thank you very much, Dennis.
Thank you, Nate.
Dennis Shawley, everybody. What an outstanding gentleman. I met him 3 years ago when I got hired on at Bedford Rural Electric Co-op. Met him at the schools I go to. I try to go to every school I can. Education is tool and knowledge is power, no doubt. Dennis is one of those guys where if you ask him a question, he doesn't have the answer. He's going to get it for you. Very knowledgeable fellow. As you heard in the video, he came up through the ranks like most linemen do. He didn't graduate college and just get handed his job. He was a wrencher. He worked on OCRs and regulators, and he worked at Vanyo, which went to HD Supply and is now Annixter. And they deal a lot with power line contractors in the co-op world. So Dennis is a nut and bolt kind of guy. Loves working on cars. Loves working on race cars. Him and his boy race. I actually went to Jennerstown and watched him race here recently, and I tell you what, I'm impressed. He's a great guy. Like I said, if he doesn't have answers, he'll find them. Very knowledgeable. Man, he treats everybody with integrity, and in this day and age, that's very important, treating people with integrity. He's a man that demands respect by the way he treats others. And I hope for all our young and upcoming linemen that you can use that as a guide, maybe as a template to base your own behavior on, the way you act, the way you treat other people. So that's our episode for Down the Line this week. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got a lot of things coming up here soon, so stay tuned and beware, stay safe, and I'll see you down the line.